Today's video, we're going to be talking about one of the biggest issues I see that the Orlando market is possibly going to face. And now I'm not talking about the Orlando epicenter, but I'm talking about on the outskirts of Orlando. And please don't take this video as fact because I'm just one agent, but I'm recounting the experiences and the data that I see that don't really go in line with some of the bigger data that you see as a large geographic area like the US as a whole or the entire Central Florida market. The biggest problem that I see for the Orlando market is actually new construction. And it's a bit of a catch-22 because new construction is both needed to help out with the overall supply of an area's housing market, but in this particular case, new construction is also in a lot of ways inflated in price right now. And so the byproduct of this for those who may have to move in a quick turnaround could be short sales. And that right there is one of the biggest things that I see potentially facing the Orlando market, the short sales. So what is a short sale? A short sale is when somebody owes more on the property than they can sell it for. If they have to go to the closing table and bring money to the closing table, or if they can't do that, then it becomes a short sale. The bank has to accept less for the property than what they are owed. Now here in just a minute, I'm going to get to the few things that I see going on right now that is causing this issue. So stay tuned. And by the way, if you're considering moving to the Orlando market, this video is not intended to be all doom and gloom, but to help prepare you with some valuable information in doing so. And if you're considering hiring an agent to do so, I would love the opportunity to interview for that position for you and would love to hear from you. Go ahead and reach out to me here on the contact information on the screen, and we'll be in touch soon. Also, if you're a homeowner here in the Central Florida area and you're seeing this video, this doesn't mean that you are in a short sale position. But if you're competing against a new builder with the sale of your property, please give me a call. I've done it a number of times. There's a few strategies that I would love to share with you. So just go ahead and reach out to me on the number on the screen. All right, back to it. Now, new construction can be a bit of a catch-22. It can be some of the most affordable options for home buyers on a monthly basis right now. But at the same time, it's some of the more expensive properties. And these markets that I'm talking about, these are hyper local markets where there's a large new construction community going in, and there's a huge influx of inventory because of that community. Now, what these builders are doing, and it's rampant across all of Central Florida, is, hey, come buy from our new build community. It's 3.99% interest or 4.99, and it's way lower than the current interest rate. Plus, we'll give you 20 grand. Or we'll give you some kind of crazy incentive for closing costs and so forth. Well, builders are doing these, and it's actually kind of hurtful on the back end. Okay, so here are the 5 reasons that short sales could be a possible issue, and they're the way that builders work their system in order to keep their prices high. So point number 1, builders keep incentives and appraisal prices high. So when the market turned, the builders started to offer lower interest rate and high amount of closing costs, and they had to do that so that their appraisals would stay high for their current contracts that they had. The current contracts couldn't continue forward unless they appraised high. So higher incentives, more affordable is for new buyers, more likelihood of getting that contract price, and not making the homeowners who already bought in that neighborhood mad. Number 2, if you look at the properties that were sold between 2022 and present in most areas, you'll notice that those same properties that are now being put back on the market are selling for much less than the new builders are selling them for. Or that's because of the incentives that the builder is offering. Now, what happens to that resale property? They bought here because of the incentives, but now they can only sell here. And if they only put a little amount down, they are upside down. And if they have to sell, it becomes a short sale. Point number 3 is the influx of a large amount of supply. Anytime you have a supply and demand off balance, you're going to have prices going up or prices going down. And in the hyper local markets where these large communities are being built, you have a huge influx of supply, which does create a bit of a buyer's market in those particular small areas. Whereas like the market as a whole across Orlando is doing just fine on paper, but when you go into that one specific geographic area right around that neighborhood, you'll find that the prices have actually dipped a little bit for the resale homes. Point number 4 on why I think there could be a potential issue surrounding new construction within the Orlando area is the impact of tariffs. And the tariffs going into effect could cause higher building prices, which the builders aren't just going to take on and take less profit. They're just going to pass that on to the new buyers. However, if you're looking for a good deal on a property, you might want to look into some short sales around some new construction communities or nearby where there's tons of housing growth. And then lastly, if you're considering moving to the area or selling within the area and you would love to learn a little bit more about what's going on here in our local market, please give me a call here on the phone number on the screen. Thank you so much for watching.